Right, what's up, everybody? Zinc here, and today we're gonna be talking about Diablo Season 6 news and pretty much all the information that we know up to now because more stuff came out yesterday, I believe, when they had their campfire chat. So I just want to chat about it. We're gonna talk about it and go over the patch notes and all the stuff they got on the website, basically. All right, I'm gonna start here. So the difficulty system, right now it's World Tier 1, 2, 3, and 4. That'll be no more. It'll be difficulties now like Diablo 3, basically. It seems a lot like Diablo 3. Pretty much exactly like that. So it's a normal, hard, expert, and penitent. And then there will be torment, but we'll get into that in a little bit. On any difficulty, from levels 1 to 15, material drops have been replaced with item drops, like weapons and armor. So from 1 to 15, those low levels there, you'll find things you could actually use, maybe instead of materials that you can't use at the time. So the Butcher and Treasure Goblins will now drop a guaranteed legendary at any level. And the new level cap is going to be 60 instead of the 100 that it's at. So the characters that are at 100 will get set back to 50, and 51 through 60 will be 10 additional skill points to add on to your character. You can now put points into your ultimate abilities. At level 60, the pit opens up. Progressing through it is how each torment is unlocked. So Torment 1 would need to be level 20 in the pit. Torment 2 would be level 35. Torment 3 would be pit tier 50. And Torment 4 is pit tier 65. Also, going into Torment difficulties will reduce your resistances and your armor. So let's pull that up here right quick. So Torment 1 is going to be 250 armor, minus 250 armor, and minus 25% all resist. Torment 2 will be minus 500 armor and minus 50 all resist. Torment 3 will be minus 750 armor and 75% all resist. And Torment 4 will be minus 1,000 armor and minus 100% all resist. Now, they believe it'll give more choice. And the pit has been rebalanced, so it's more challenging, better rewards. It's pretty simple. So glyph leveling is moving from nightmare dungeons to the pit, and masterworking materials is moving from the pit to nightmare dungeons. So that's where you'll get those things there. Well, you'll be able to level your glyphs in the pit, and the materials you need to collect for masterworking will be in the nightmare dungeons now. Ancestral and mythic uniques will start dropping in Torment 1, and they will always drop at max level and have one greater affix. Ancestral items always drop at item power 800, the highest possible, and non-ancestrals will always drop at up to 750. Sacred items will no longer drop. Any sacred items you have on your character will be marked as a legacy. They can continue to be used but cannot be upgraded. And item power 750 items can now be masterworked up to 8 times. There is no more glyph XP, and they'll now be leveled up by attempts. What an attempt is when you're going through the pit, when you reach the end, you'll gain 3 attempts. Basically, it's just what they're calling it when you get the end of the pit. And you'll use those to level up your glyphs now instead of the XP like how it was before. When completing the pit, you gain 3 attempts. And if you didn't die during the run, you gain 1 extra attempt. So you can use those to level up those glyphs. And the glyph levels are being increased from 21 to 100. To catch lower level glyphs up, what they're going to do is for every 20 level difference between the glyph level and the level of the pit you're running, you'll be granted a bonus upgrade per attempt. All right, Paragon points. Paragon points will now be tied to your realm instead of the character. So basically they can be shared amongst everyone that's in that realm, whether it be seasonal or eternal. The realm will reset at the end of the season. So per usual, it'll reset how it normally does. All Paragon experience will be transferred to the Eternal Realm once the season ends. And each class is getting 1 new Paragon board that'll have 1 new legendary node. And the amount of boards are being reduced to 5. Oh, but the levels are being increased from 200 to 300. So, okay, that makes a lot of sense to me. If you're going to reduce the amount of boards, increase the level. Okay, I get that. The first 200 points are intended for your character to become defined and basically become the build that you're looking for, or build into it. You know, by the first 200 points, you should be pretty much set, is what they're saying. And then the next 100 would be like, they're calling it icing on the cake. So I don't know what the fuck. Hopefully it's just fuck around points. You can basically, maybe there's like unique skills that you could get or ability. I don't know, who knows what they could do. A lot. Icing on the cake is kind of broad. and it could just be an incremental increase to damage. It could be both. So hey, that's something to kind of look forward to because we don't know yet. Season 6, Stygian stones are not going to be what you use to summon tormented bosses. So they are going to increase the price that you could sell them at. So basically everyone could kind of get racks for them. Torment bosses are going to be available on all 4 tiers, and the loot drops will progress in the same fashion. Alright. Rune words. Rune words. Ooh. I play a lot of Diablo 2, so when I first heard rune words, I was excited, but I was like, rune words. I don't know. So it's not like Diablo 2 at all. Honestly, a good thing. But let's find it. Okay, rune words. So, like I said, rune words are not like Diablo 2 in this. So basically what it is there's 2 types of runes. One will be an invocation rune, and then one will be a ritual rune. Basically one holds the power, and the other one makes the power work. Like it triggers it. You put them together to create a rune word in the same way. And you will only be limited to 2 rune words per character, while you're your build. Okay. So it'll say gain 50 offering. Hold on, let me go full screen. So it'll say gain 50 offering, travel 5 meters. So I'm pretty sure it means every 5 meters you travel, you're gaining 50 offering. And now you will link that to one of your invocation runes. And so that offering is basically your resource that you're using in the runes. Like it's a rune resource, and that is what you need to use the invocation rune is offering. And so you generate the offering with the ritual rune. Alright, so we can see here it requires 500 offering. The cooldown's 2 seconds, and the invocation is replace your next evade with the sorcerer's teleport, blinking further, dealing damage, and becoming unstoppable. So if the ritual rune will gain the 50 offering every 5 meters, and you walk so many meters, you gain 500 offering, and then you use the 500 offering to change your evade into a teleport. And basically that's how it works. And there's a bunch of different ones that you put together, and I'm sure there'll be nice combinations and stuff like that. The runes will be tradable. So I don't know, man. The economy, it might get a little weird. I don't know if you're spending money, you're gonna be able to get good runes. So kind of shitty, but I don't know. Let's figure it out as we go. There will be rune crafting. 3 runes of the same rarity level, and there's magic, yellow, and legendary. You can combine to create a new rune with the chance to upgrade it to a higher tier. A next highest tier. And then you can also take 10 runes of each type and a resplendent spark and trade it for a mythic unique. So you could basically end up with 3 mythic uniques. If there's magic, yellow, and legendary runes, 10 magic, 10 legendary, 10 yellow, that'd be mythic unique, mythic unique, mythic unique. Alright, so the Spiritborn. The Spiritborn is the new character class that's coming in Vessel of Hatred, and we know more now. It pretty much is like a mixture of the druid and the monk to me, but I guess they're going for like a combination of everything, so there'll probably be certain skills that are like the barbarian, maybe just kind of more, hands-on, and then also things like magic too. It's a mesh for sure. It seems to be an agile character that can use nature to bend the spirits, and also throw elemental damage in there as well. I'm pretty sure there's like poison traps or something like that I was looking at, so it all looks pretty good. So mercenaries, more D2 stuff. I see they're trying to strike a nostalgia boner here, but mercenaries will be added to the season, and they come with a passive perk. So while you have your mercenary equipped, there will be a passive perk that's on each one. There's 4 types of mercenaries. There's your archer, your berserker, mage, and tank. So they'll have their own set of abilities that follow you around, normal mercenary stuff. I believe they go away when you're in certain parts of the map, so it doesn't get spammy, or if you're doing the Dark Citadel, which we'll get into here in a little bit, then it's not going to be a bunch of fucking, like, say it's 4 you guys all do in the raid, and there's each of you guys have a mercenary. There's not 8 people on the map all spamming stuff everywhere, so they do come and go. I believe it's more when you're going in between maps, but I have to double check. This is one of the mercenaries that you can get, Subo. I'm pretty sure he's like the archer or something like that, but so his passive is reveal all enemies and materials in the area. Dude, that's pretty cool. So you can see all the enemies and materials in the area, and that's passively, so that's happening as long as the mercenary is next to you. And This is an ability you can activate. Now, active, Subo calls out an enemy target, marking them for 10 seconds. Killing a marked enemy restores 50% of your maximum resource and reduces Subo's secret counter by 10 or cooldown by 10 seconds. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So I mean, that's pretty cool. I think that's really useful, and it's kind of a unique spin on the mercenary to have each one like that. So I don't know the other three's abilities yet, but we'll find that out. So a new season event is going to be Realm Walkers. They're like huge bosses, basically, almost like a world boss, but they'll be spawning in the map every 15 minutes, and then once an hour, a second one will spawn. So these guys basically are going to be walking around the world, and once they spawn, they'll start moving towards a ritual site while spawning hordes of enemies. Now, you can't attack it directly. To kill them, we're going to have to attack the enemies that come out. They're like bloodbound guardians, I believe is what they're called. And once you attack them, it'll do damage to the actual Realm Walker. And then after that, 3 like spikes will come out of the ground, and then you have to quickly dismantle those, and then it'll die. And then once that dies, a portal will appear. And that portal, it leads to a new season event, also called Seething Realms. Now, Seething Realms it's basically just a dungeon that opens up after you kill the Realm Walker. And once you complete it, you'll be rewarded with something called Seething Opals. Now, Seething Opals are a new type of elixir that provides you with a 15% experience bonus every 30 minutes, I believe. And there are 5 types of these opals and can only be acquired when playing on Torment 1 or higher. These are 4 of those opals. So the Seething Opal of Gold, the Seething Opal of Torment, the Seething Opal of Materials, and the Seething Opal of Equipment. So the gold is for the next 30 minutes. Enemies routinely drop additional gold. Kills accumulate reputation with the Zachrum remnants, and you gain 15% increased experience. For the next 30 minutes, enemies routinely drop additional Artificer stones and occasionally drop boss summoning items or infernal compasses. Seething Opal of Materials, which enemies routinely drop additional herb and crafting materials, and equipment, they routinely drop additional equipment. And the Seething Opal of Sockables. Now this one will be the only one that you need a Vessel of Hatred to get, and enemies routinely drop additional gem fragments and occasionally drop runes. That's pretty cool for 30 minutes. That's pretty cool. So all 5 of them are pretty cool. So, you know, kill Realm Walker, boom, portal opens, Seething Realm, boom, complete that, boom, get Opal, boom. You use these every 30 minutes for cool buffs and stuff like that. So, as of right now, that's what we know about Diablo 4 Season 6. I'm really looking forward to it, man. I can't wait. It actually seems like it's going to be really, really fun. And the Realm Walkers seem pretty cool. The Seething Realm seem pretty cool. I mean, I don't really care for the world tiers changing the difficulties. I mean, I don't care, but the Spiritborn does look pretty cool. And the new stuff is alright, you know? It'll be alright. So yeah, man, I appreciate everybody watching. Y'all stay tuned for more news and all that jazz, and subscribe. Find me on Twitch too. It's down below, and you guys have a good one, man. Peace.